Don't go outside. That's the message from officials in New York as a massive snowstorm continues to bear down on the east coast of the U.S. Around 85 million people have been affected in what's being described as one of the 5 worst snowstorms the Big Apple has ever seen. All transport services across New York have been cancelled. But as Colin Campbell reports, it's not the only American city that's come to a standstill.
The mid-Atlantic region is being blasted by snow with several centimeters of snow falling every minute. Car accidents, power outages, and those stores that are going without food, it's all what happens when a major winter storm rolls in. Wind-whipped winter weather is wreaking havoc across the U.S. East Coast, affecting up to 85 million people. Nearly a dozen states have declared states of emergency. New York's governor has declared a travel ban in parts of the state, including New York City, where the mayor is urging people to stay off the streets.
It's quite clear, the math speaks for itself. This storm will surpass 20 inches accumulation in New York City. When that happens, that will put this in the top 5 snowstorms in the history of New York City.
There are similar concerns in the nation's capital.
The visibility is poor and you cannot be seen. There are too many people on the streets, both driving and walking. We need you to stay home.
Snow and ice have already caused hundreds of car accidents and several deaths. The storm has knocked out power to tens of thousands of people in mostly southern states. Flooding is being reported in many areas. The National Guard has been deployed to assist residents trapped by the inclement weather. Speed restrictions are in place on Philadelphia's highways, and those looking to fly away from the winter misery are faced with thousands of cancellations, leaving them stranded at airports. Grocery store shelves are being stripped clean by residents afraid of being snowed in. As Washington, D.C. experiences blizzard-like conditions, the city has been in a virtual shutdown mode since Friday. Federal offices, schools, and businesses are closed, and city crews are fighting to keep ahead of the storm. Snowplows are out in force, making passes several times an hour. Meteorologists are expecting more than a meter of snow in the hardest-hit areas before this is all over.
Well, our reporter Colin Campbell says the snow is still falling and making life tough for tens of thousands of people affected by power outages.
High winds and low temperatures as snow is blasting through the mid-Atlantic region. Mayor de Blasio from New York City is saying that the intensity has picked up and he's asking people to remain indoors. Same for D.C.'s Mayor, Muriel Bowser, who's deployed hundreds of snowplows throughout this region. Several deaths have already been reported, and at least 10 states have declared a state of emergency, and that includes here in Washington, D.C. There are also tens of thousands of people without power, and there is no clue as to when that power will be restored. If you look right behind me, you can see how intense the snow is as it has blown across the White House, and we are unsure when the second part of that blizzard is expected to wallop Washington, D.C.